Neither Jackson nor I felt a lot came out last year. Like, it was a pretty dry year all around.
But unfortunately, I've been feeling that like recently, new games just don't hit the same.
The last 9 or so years, it feels like in many ways, the quality of video games, and especially AAA titles, has declined.
The year is 2021, and it feels like games just aren't fun anymore.
Why do I not play games?
I'm kind of almost done with like the whole PC gaming front at this point.
I was playing some Minecraft the other day, alone, and I was just building a house, and then I had the thought, this isn't as fun as it used to be.
Over the past 5 years, I've been disappointed by releases of more games than I have in my entire life. Of course, there's exceptions, but the majority of releases come out buggy, unfinished, and far from enjoyable. Gaming just isn't the same as it used to be, and it makes me wonder if gaming is dying. So what exactly is gaming? Well, to most people, gaming is an excuse for medically obese land whales to spend 10 hours a day playing League of Legends, but to the other everyday loser like you and I, gaming is, or used to be, a nice little distraction from the monotony of boring everyday life routines. It's a time to hop in an Xbox party and violate more Geneva codes in the span of 20 minutes than the Nazis could in 12 years. Gaming was something where I could waste 10 straight hours of my life endlessly requeuing in Fortnite in a desperate attempt to receive validation from my friends just to have a Fortnite win. Gaming at the end of the day is simply just supposed to be fun, but that fun is gone now, and it feels like games have lost the passion behind them. But where did that passion go? Well, let me tell you, I want you to take yourself back to the 2010s where video games were run and created by kind people who put passion into their video games, and the player base were just fat, greasy trolls that took one shower a month and never left the basement. But once they discovered that companies like EA could consistently put out trash like Madden and still sell, they realized something. And that something was that kids are fucking stupid and they will buy anything. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, they'll buy it, but surely they won't keep playing and supporting the game if it's awful. And that, my friends, was your biggest mistake. See, these little demon babies we call children are entertained by literally anything. So when business executives walk into their office to remake a game for the 8th time straight, and they see their game sales haven't dropped even though they're putting out garbage like this, then why would they waste time actually making a game that's unique and fun? I mean, shit, why would they even be bothered to make a game that works? EA generates billions, yes, billions of dollars from Madden alone every year, and every year people complain about how terrible it is, but these are the same people that spend $10,000 every year on virtual trading cards that they lose in less than a year. The same thing happens with Call of Duty every year. Every year, the games get less and less creative, and Activision publishes an unfinished product. But since Call of Duty is such a massive franchise, it's always going to be one of the best-selling games of the year no matter what, even if it looks like this. My point is, AAA game developers have little to no reason to actually create an enjoyable and, functional game, because they still make a huge profit off of terrible games. And in turn, this leads to people like you and I finding ourselves being disappointed, angry, and even just outright bored with new video game releases. That's not to say that some new releases can't get you hooked and just have you fall in love with them, but the main issue is when a game like Battlefield receives as much hype as it did, with nearly everyone excited to play it, you, your friends, even your annoying little shit of a brother. But when the game comes out unfinished, unplayable, and just downright unenjoyable,
like normal COD, there's nothing special.
Then you're gonna end up losing 70% of your player base 2 weeks after launch. But they don't care, because they still sold. And the worst part is that you've been excited for these games all year. You were so happy to finally play a game that you can grind for 10 hours straight, but instead, once again, you find yourself disappointed. And of course, with pretty much no games to play, you play less and less video games. So the question is gaming dying? Well, let's look at the statistical side of it. As we can see here, video games are making more money than ever for the greedy old white dudes that run the gaming industry. And trend predictions only show that video games are going to make more money than ever every single year. So essentially, profits are at an all-time high and video games are selling more money than ever. So if gaming's making more money than ever, does that translate over to the total amount of video game players worldwide? Well, yes. As you can see here, gaming has been exponentially growing since 2015 and is nearly at 3 billion total worldwide players. And with little reason for these trends to change, it's very unlikely that they don't meet or even exceed expectations in the future. So will gaming die? Probably not. Are more people than ever playing video games? Yes. So is gaming dying? No. Well, kind of. Statistically speaking, gaming is the most popular and most successful it's ever been, and it's only growing in popularity. However, speaking on a more personal level, gaming is definitely dying. And no, it's not because we're growing up and outgrowing gaming, it's because video games that come out now suck. With poor and disappointing releases every year, video games are dying, just not in the traditional sense. I'm excited for 2022's new games, but dear God, did 2021 suck. I mean, can you name one new video game that came out in 2021 that you can genuinely say that you absolutely loved? I mean, maybe Forza Horizon, but who the hell wants to drive cars for 10 hours a day? Now, all of this isn't to say that gaming can't be fun in its current state. I love hopping on my computer for an hour or two and just enjoying whatever game I find to play, but that's just the issue. I haven't had a game I could play for 8 straight hours in over a year, and trust me, I've tried. So is gaming dying? No. Far from it. But games just aren't nearly as enjoyable as they used to be. And until we, the consumers, start pushing back a little on the near annual shitty releases coming from once staple companies like Ubisoft, Activision, Blizzard, EA, and so many more, then maybe, just maybe, we can get another masterpiece like Fallout 76. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm not the kind of guy to beg you for likes and subscribers, so here's my good friend to do it instead.
So please, whatever.
I'll be trying to post weekly vids now, and let me know what you speds want to see next. Peace.